Game time.
And
It's game
happy
time,
Friday to you.
gamers.
Game time and happy Friday to you, Austin. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a happy Friday to me and to you as well, and to
Oh
everyone in
my
chat. I know. Everyone gets to have a happy Friday today. It's a good time. I'm wearing
Dude,
my,
that's so swell.
got my review merch going.
Ooh, you have review much going? Hold on,
I'm
I
chilling.
got a hat. I got a hat.
Oh, snap. Not that you can
Chilling
tell it's
hat. Hold
Revi.
on.
You just look like one of the officers from Star Wars. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
No, I look like a review officer from Star Wars.
Exactly. What up, Tutu? What up, Arthur? What up, Valve? Glad to see y'all. Today, we've got to talk about the horror, the travesty that is this New York City rebrand that they're trying to push through. Oh boy.
Yeah, we really do need to talk about that.
It is
Oh my lord.
quite awful. Quite literally one of
I
the
have so
worst
much to
rebrands.
say.
One of the worst rebrands I have ever seen in my entire life. Valth says, Austin, do you remember reviewing my work? I submitted a few streams ago, but I don't know if you saw it. Well, looks like awkward for you. Now I know that you missed our guest show with Desmond because we reviewed it with Desmond just a couple days ago. So, egg on your face. What up, Dose of Emotion? Glad to see you. He says happy Friday to me as well. See, everybody's having a happy Friday. What did I tell you?
Everyone's
right.
having a happy Friday.
Well, let's just talk about this I Love New York thing for a moment, okay? This
Okay.
is what the OG looks like. Everyone on the planet has probably seen this mark at some point.
It looks classic is what it looks.
It's very classic. It's a well-known thing. If we're looking at it just from like, I don't know, if like an esports organization or somebody put this up, we'd all probably be like, you know, kind of whatever. But this is a timeless thing, you know? It was made, it was made in the 80s, right? Sorry,
I have no idea when it was
1977, my bad.
1977.
Yes, so it's been around for a hot minute, right? It's a fairly classic thing. And I don't want to name names or whatever because I don't want to necessarily dunk on designers specifically on this, but why would you do this? What is this crap? We Heart NYC? First of all,
that looks bad.
it is not even close to being as balanced as this thing. They just said, I don't know, lob it over there. Just kind of awkwardly placed up there. And then they didn't even decide to make something that actually feels unique to New York. They literally just took emojis and put them there. That's all that it is. Like if I scroll down here and we start looking through some of these things, it's just an emoji of the subway. Like,
Dude, that looks so bad.
It's terrible.
Wow.
It's terrible.
Oh, wow, I did not see that. Oh,
What the hell is this?
Oh,
What is this, man?
Oh,
This
God.
is terrible.
This looks like you.
It feels so cheap. And New York City, now, I don't know if everybody knows
Not
this.
so cheap.
If you haven't been there, it's definitely not so cheap. But they are known for their iconic design systems. Like you've got really, really clean, wonderful things like all of the branding for the subway system.
Yeah, like the MTA, the subway
It's
sells
amazing.
merch with all of their stuff on it because it's so iconic. Like, New
It's
York
very
has
clean and clear and
some
and
of the
great.
most history out of all the cities in America, and it's, you know, it's got this presence here. It's classic, and We Heart NY like became part of the zeitgeist there, and now they went and made it the worst thing I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Terrible.
I cannot believe. First of all, NYC. Now
Come
it's
on.
New York City.
Come on.
Like, what if I like Brooklyn? Fuck you. What the hell is this? It's NY. You completely messed up with the. Oh my God. The spacing, the balancing looks fucking stupid now. It does not need to be 3D. You had something so strong.
This looks so stupid.
It looks so bad. Why are you using emojis now?
It's
an emoji.
You make a logo for a brand so that there's a face to something. Like, But the brand itself has to actually lift what that logo means, all right? So just making it, like the Revi logo when we made it didn't mean anything. But now we've got a community and like we did the loops and we've got our team. It means something now. But beforehand, it just isn't, it's a cool looking mark or whatever. Like it doesn't really mean anything. But when you already have a logo that nobody's really complaining about, and that has a very, very strong meaning culturally and just overall design-wise, you don't go and change that. You don't touch it. You don't touch it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why would you do that? This is terrible. And whatever design agency or whoever made this piece of crap is getting so much flack for this that they're going to have a really hard time getting hired unless they start working in as one of those firms that just does outrage marketing or something. But New York doesn't need that. The city doesn't need that. It's not. Ugh, what the hell, man? This is so stupid.
Everybody knows what New York is.
Terrible, man.
This is. I don't understand fully.
It's just bad.
It looks so bad on the corner and stuff.
This font. Yuck, dude.
This font, it might just be the Subway there, but it really looks like I'm playing Subway Surfers.
It's
like that's the kind. It looks like either Subway Surfers or like Fruit Ninja. It looks like Fruit Ninja's font.
Oh, like
it's so bad.
What a bold choice by this design agency to just be like, fuck it, emoji in the logo. Emoji.
What if we just make it bad?
What if we just made it terrible?
Oh.
Also,
God.
some of these things are just really cringy. Like I don't even live there, and it's just bad. I'm like, we love that. If you can make it here, you'll make it anywhere.
It's kind
Yikes, dude.
It's almost rude.
I know. It's just.
If you can make it here, oh, what? This place sucks. We love NYC. Like, what are you trying to say? Oh my god.
Also,
anyway, I'm excited.
They're trying to capture the emoji vibe, right? However, it's not even as refined as the new Apple emoji system. It doesn't even look as high quality.
It looks so bad.
This looks like old emoji suite, like 2014. This is terrible, man.
Oh, it gives me like awful vibes too.
Oh, here you go. Foundersagency.com. So it's y'all's fault.
This is.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Wow.
Guys.
This is rough.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking here? And you know, they made some shit that looks like this piece of crap, and they got paid millions for this. I mean, we're probably talking like a $2 million brand deal here, if not more.
Talk about it.
Yuck. Yuck. That's more money than Revi will make in the entire year. Like, almost guaranteed. And they got to have that spent on this. I mean, I'm just speculating. I don't know if that's exactly how much it actually was, but, like, come on, man. Maybe we can find out if we Google it. You think they'd have that information? Probably not. How much did the We Heart NYC rebrand cost? Well, that doesn't give me really anything there. Darn.
Terrible. That's actually kind of cool.
Oh no. Somebody says my first thought was the 2010 Gap logo, and did this also cost $100 million?
Oh, can you pull up the 2010 Gap logo?
Yeah. Yep. I remember this vibe.
Oh wow, that's so funny.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. I mean, this goes down as like top 5 worst rebrands of all time. Like, without a doubt. And
oh, this one is
it won't even get used. It won't even get used. Like, so many people dislike it to the point where it might show up on some signs and things, but I'm pretty sure they'll probably get defaced, for one, and two, nobody's gonna be selling merch with this shit on it. This is terrible.
It looks really bad. It looks really bad. I mean, it looks off-brand.
That's
just
bad,
looks
man.
so incredibly stupid. And you had something so classic before. Why did you do that?
I
Why did
know.
you take it away? Why?
What were they thinking, man? Oh, yuck! This makes it so bad.
Also, before it was I Heart NY. Now it's We Heart NYC. Like,
It's-
don't fucking drag me into this.
I know. Come on.
It was kind of like a showing like I love New York City. Like, why is it got to be this communal thing now? Now when you wear it, it takes like it kind of hurts the message.
The goal of the new campaign is to
Negativity?
help combat negativity.
Oh God, no.
Oh man.
Oh,
Fuck.
fuck.
Part of me hopes that they've done this as a PR stunt, and in a few weeks they'll be like, just kidding. But there's no good result from this. This
I
makes
hope
the
so. That
direction
would
of
be
the
funny.
city look cheap, you know?
It looks really bad.
But like,
What are they doing?
oi, oi. Yeah. Also because everyone already knows about New York, and it's a city. It's not like it's not a company. So the outrage marketing isn't necessarily going to get like more sales or something. Are people going to be going to New York just to go to like see these shitty signs? Probably not. Don't really know what the benefit is there.
I'm moving just to see the shitty signs. Honestly,
Yikes.
that's the only reason I'm going.
Just yikes is all I have to say on that.
Wow.
And that's all we're gonna talk about with that, because ouch, my poor little brain. Somebody in the chat says, what's your new tab extension? Visualize Value has an extension for most like Chrome based browsers that'll just give like some minimalist graphic with a quote. What up, Manoj? It says, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Well, I don't care.
Whose feelings?
I don't care about their feelings.
We don't even know who we is, so like, fuck it.
Even the designer nephew could do better. True. Nick M said, we NYC rebrand. That's
we
great.
hate it. I'll wait for you to go ahead and get on that stream. I need to do like
you need to
this
pull
sort
up
of-
all the thingies that you want me to guess.
Well, I have to do some sort of screen overlay so you can't see like who it is.
Well, then we might just not have enough time to do it today, because that's going to take a second to set up and such.
Nah, never mind. We're good.
All right. Valth says, Austin just checked the critique, and I love your idea of there being a fleet of cubes, and then he goes insane in something. When I return to it later, I'll do that. Sounds great. Sukrut says, Opera GX browser is better than all. I think Arc's going to be way better, but they just don't have it on Windows yet. I'm using Brave for now.
I'm
Fun
using
time.
Opera GX. It's fun, but it breaks some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, here's your first one. It's kind of a gimme.
Okay, I need to look at your.
You're welcome to pop over, and then I'm gonna tell you to get off of it, and then I'll go into another full screen somewhere else.
Okay, just a second. All right, guys. Here's what we're doing today. We're playing a fun game.
We are.
So, the idea here is name that studio. So Noah is going to play some different pieces of motion content, and then I have to guess which studio it is. And y'all can play along in the chat if you'd like.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go.
It's not. I was gonna say it's not playing. Okay, definitely Scholar or Golden Wolf.
Okay.
Is it one of those?
Give me a final answer.
Ah, fuck. Scholar.
Scholar is correct.
Yeah!
This is a Scholar piece.
Let's
Well
go!
done. Well done. All right, get off my screen.
All right. And I'm
Nice.
not
Yeah,
not
this
gonna
is for-
remove the Discord screen share thing because I'm not looking at Discord. I'll just have it there.
Oh,
for
it's
sound.
alright. That one is just sound anyway.
Great.
Okay, are you off?
Yes, I'm off.
Great. The next one
1 for 1, baby. Let's go. Woo!
this. All right, we're ready.
Also, I got a new cup. Y'all,
You got a new cup?
look at this thing.
Is it a Stanley Cup?
It is a Stanley Cup.
You white girl.
Hey, you only know that because you saw Belle's story, didn't you?
No, it's because I'm dating someone who has a Stanley Cup.
Oh, yeah, no. Belle was like, I have something I want to get you from the store, and I also want to get one. And I was like, okay, what is it? And then she got me this giant cup, and now I will be hydrated so well all the time.
That's incredible. Shout out to all
Shout out to
the-
Belle for my
all the
new
gals with Stanley Cups.
Shout out to the Stanley Cups. I am now a gal with a Stanley Cup. That's me.
Shout out to the Stanley Cup stands. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready. All
This
right.
is number 2.
And
Good
is
luck.
it good to go over?
Yes.
Okay. Tendril.
Let me know when you have your final answer.
Tendril or Yambo?
Okay.
One of the two. Or Man versus Machine? I don't know. I don't really watch as much of their stuff.
This is cool, isn't it?
Or Not Real.
I'm gonna need a final answer.
I know. I'm coming up with it. Oh, for meta. Well, it's definitely not Tendril if it's meta. All right, hold on. Let me think about this for a second. Who would be the studio that would work with them, though? It's not Tendril. Okay, Tendril did the Microsoft stuff, but there was also, I think Not Real also did some stuff with them. All right, Not Real, final answer.
Final answer. That is not correct.
Damn it! Oh, okay, shit. What is it? What is it?
This
What
is
is
a
it?
spot done by Buck.
Oh, what the hell, man? But Buck does everything, so that's
Buck
not.
works with Meta a lot.
They do everything, man.
They sure do. It was
And their
a little
stuff
bit of a-
always just looks like something some other studio already did. Sorry, Buck. I'm just calling it like I see it. All right. It just seems like, you know, the days of the like David Blaine crazy magic card stuff is kind of over, I think. But
All right, you're 1 for 1.
I don't know. And upsetting a
off my
studio in
screen?
the process. Darn. All right. Yes, I'm off your screen.
Great.
Darn. Really thought I had that one. It should have been such an easy guess too, because I could just say Buck for like everything. Darn. Darn. 1 for 2. 50%. I'm good.
It's patient.
Am I supposed to be
Alright.
on your screen yet?
Ready.
Okay. Okay.
Communication. Everything we do is to but the best communication is much more than a single interaction. It's not just knowing a person's name,
Ordinary
birthday,
folk.
or the last thing they bought from you. It's knowing what they
I knew it from the sound at the beginning too,
really are. And making
but I wasn't sure because I haven't seen this video yet, but I knew that they did this.
that's
It's for
where
Twilio, right?
engagement
It is.
It's a new one for Twilio. Did they like just post this?
first-time consumer
I
Or is it
believe
just on
so,
their
yes.
website? Oh, that's funny. Okay. Because I was going to say, they had been posting, I'd seen like a couple freelancers posting little pieces of this.
run. With our customer engagement platform,
Dang.
the running app can send her a text for a deal on gear she'll need for race
This is
day.
cute
Wanna
though.
Go get him, Lorena. Okay, now
This
meet
is
our
an early rec for
He's
y'all.
always ordering pizza
Early rec.
on Friday
Hello.
nights.
Here's a
His
little
family
Twilio
calls it
spot. Look at
Pizza
that. Look at that.
Fridays.
Delicious wooden
His
pizza.
favorite pizza chain
I
will send
love
him a
wooden
personalized
pizza.
Email about a 2-for-1 deal.
They're
so
doing a
everyone
fun
gets
little
slice.
thing
And don't
fun
worry,
little
Andre,
thing here.
it's all gluten-free and vegan. We got you. Wait,
That's
Mona just called because they
adorable.
left their lucky hat.
This is the
in
first
their
time I'm
last
seeing it,
vacation
too.
rental. Thankfully, the rental company knows where Mona's staying next and can get the hat back to them when they arrive. You're rocking it, Mona. See,
Ordinary Folk
power
and
up
Tendril are
trusted
100%
first-party
like
data. We turn transactions
top 2
into
studios in
personal
terms of sound design.
conversations. At Twilio,
They
Oh, yeah.
really make a
like
good
yours
vibe
create
and
more of
feel.
these conversations.
They do.
It feels
Conversations
unique
that
to each
build
video.
a real connection. A connection that's human. One that can last a lifetime. That is what
Whoa,
our
they just
customer
became
engagement
2D. That
platform
was crazy. I didn't even realize. What the fuck?
Boom.
Yes. Good
2
job.
for 3. Let's freaking
2
go.
for 3. Do you want to do a final high pressure stakes one?
Why is it high pressure and high stakes?
Because y'all
It'll
have a very
determine
hard time
whether or not
getting
I'm
it.
passing or not.
It'll determine whether or not you're passing.
Okay, that's fair. Sure. I can go 3 for 4. I can make that happen.
We could do just best out of 5. but let me pull one up. In the meantime, Austin,
Yeah.
how you doing? You excited to be, living on a Friday?
Yep. I so am. How'd you know? You know what I'm more excited for?
What are you more excited
Hopefully
for?
finding another editor today that we can bring in to help Jackson. That's what I'm excited for.
I'm very excited for finding
Because
another editor.
I just ran out of motion tips today.
That is scary.
I am posting the last one that is edited today, but I did also write another 15 of them yesterday that I'll be recording. So it's a good thing I'm having a good hair day today. So
Wowie wow, oh wow.
I know. What up, Mateus? How you doing? Dose of motion to it was ordinary folk, by the way. Orion said Austin rocking the review merch. Yeah, man.
Nice.
One of one right here. That's right. Oh, am I supposed to switch to you yet?
No, not yet. Not
Okay.
yet.
We're just getting ominous.
I'm pulling up two
piano-
more. Yeah.
Piano movements. I see.
I'm gonna try and. Ooh. Okay. All right.
Come
I'm thinking of
on.
a piece. All right, we'll do this one. If you've already seen it, let me know. I'll choose a different.
Why? Because
I'm ready.
okay. Go ahead. Okay, so this is definitely 3D.
Now walk me through your process on how you came to that conclusion. 3D, you say?
It's not Yambo, because there's too much going on in the environment to be Yambo.
All right, now go off my screen.
What? Oh, okay. Why? Am I not supposed to guess about that one?
No, because the Vimeo player is branded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Nick M says that was definitely cell animated, so now I'm just confused.
Oh no.
I don't know. I guess. Whoa, wait, hold on. Are you playing it again? Is that what's happening?
I'll play it again, but hold on. All right, now you can go on my screen.
Okay. Yeah, there's too much detail and stuff going on for Yambo, I think. Man versus machine. Final answer.
That is correct. This is a man versus machine.
Let's go! 3 for 4.
Well done.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations!
Thank you.
You've won this round
Thank
of
you.
Guess That
Thank you.
Studio.
Woo! I'm such a winner, man. I'm such a winner.
That
Venetius
was
says.
good. That was a good guess.
Venetius said, "Nah, fam. Didn't you see the CC glass all over the video, dude? I didn't even notice. That would have made me know it was Man versus Machine immediately. Shoot. That's so. That is so unfortunate, guys. Man. But hey, I am today's winner.
Congratulations, Austin.
Fabulous.
That was fantastic. We'll
All
play
right.
more games next Friday.
Next Friday, more games.
That's right.
Be there or
Maybe-
not. Don't be there and you'll be lame for that.
Maybe sooner if I come up with more games sooner.
Anyway.
Fridays are for the games.
Do you know?
Wednesdays are for the boys.
Do you know what time it is now?
I believe that a little birdie is telling me, oh, it's crit time.
I think it's crit time.
Let's fuck it up.
I think it's crit time, y'all. Let's do this thing. Who's ready to get freaking roasted today? Not me. I'm not on the chopping block here. It's you guys. You guys
It's
are gonna get
you
roasted.
guys.
And first, we've got
Toasted.
a reel, a 45-second 2022 show reel.
Gasp. Y'all ready for the mouse hover? It's
Look
coming.
out for the mouse hover.
Look out
I'm
for the
gonna
mouse
fingers
hover.
crossed we won't do it. Here we go. the same for me.
Is the music getting louder?
I couldn't.
What's happening?
I know, right?
It's getting so loud.
It was absurd.
I swear
Okay.
to God, the music got louder.
Well,
that was
first, definitely Among Us going on. Like, this feels like it's going to be so fun and interesting, and then it's like, oh, okay, Among Us,
No, we're
got it.
gay.
I
Among
see.
Us.
Overall, very similar feedback to other stuff that we have given before. Your shots show for too long. I'm not being left with a feeling of like, oh, I want to see more. I got the feeling of I've seen too much around like 25 seconds.
Yeah.
So either Noah's and my attention spans are dwindling by the day, or just you weren't holding it. So that's generally it. There's also there's some shots in here that just, I don't know. I mean, like this is just straight up pixelated, you know? This does not feel high quality. And then, yeah, it just like the shots go on for too long. I feel like we kind of see very similar things for a while, like 18 seconds to 20, 30 seconds, like almost 15 seconds of just phone screens, you know? It's just too much of the same thing. And then also your intro and outro are a little long, I think. You could easily condense all this down into 30 seconds or less. Any more thoughts from you?
It's yeah, it doesn't leave me with the feeling of wanting more. You clearly do a lot of social media stuff. And a lot of that can be samey, so don't give people too much time to
You could
see it
even have your reel
all
be
for
if
so long.
if you just have a couple pieces that you're really, really excited about, just make a 15-second reel.
You can do that.
Make it action packed and get people wanting to look at the rest of your work.
Mm-hmm.
Boom roasted.
Boom roasted.
On to this. It's called Astronomy. For very epic music, there's not really a whole lot going on here.
Yeah.
Also,
You could have. Oh, it gets
You-
gray for a second. That's fine.
It might be more interesting to show rather than tell here. So giving multiple different examples of space-related things that could get us to the conclusion of astronomy rather than having it labeled as such the entire time.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say take the text away and just like fill the screen, man. You have some fun things going on,
Yeah.
but I don't know why we're just looking at the word.
I don't either. And also, Earth and Mercury here can be very, very hard to read at times because they're rotating all around and they've got these lines going through them. Also, I cannot tell what is happening down. Is this the
I
asteroid
don't know
belt?
what that is.
Is this the
I thought it
asteroid
was
belt?
plants.
I
but
think-
it's not plants.
I thought it was like an olive branch or something.
Yeah, me
underneath.
too.
You know, it made the whole thing look like an Olympia thing. I don't know, but the music gives way, way higher expectations of just the amount of stuff that will be happening in this, and then it's just kind of like, here's the same thing, scaling in and out. Just would be good to add more diversity and potential scenes or something. And I don't know. You're also playing it too safe with your margins. You have everything. Well, actually, in a weird way, you're not giving it enough space in terms of margins, but you're also like relying too much on the borders of the actual video. Like it feels very crammed in there, you know? You might as well, with how small the details are and everything, you might as well have just had that center thing fill up the entire frame and have some of the rings get cut off on either side. I think. Anyway.
I concur.
Boom roasted. Also, somebody asked how they can get their work submitted for critique. There's a link in the description, in the show notes next to critiquing your work, there's a Google form link there. You submit it there. Ooh, yeah. Easy peasy. Submit your work. We'll roast it. Just like we did with this one. All right. Here we go. We might actually have time to do a couple more after this.
That's crazy.
I know. But we can also probably get some questions queued up in chat and those sorts of things.
Queue up some questions, Gal.
Queue up some questions. Ask us the hard-hitting ones. It's a Friday. We're playing it fast and loose.
Feeling crazy.
All right. This one is from Hazem. He also made that Daydream one that we reviewed the other day with the stoplight stuff.
Gotcha.
Anyway. Oh,
That's quite the font that you decided to go with at the end.
That was a real choice. Whew.
Made some real choices.
So I will give context. Most of this was made using expressions. That was what he said when he submitted it. So
Well, that's
kind
very cool.
of fun for that reason. There was only one thing that really threw me off besides the font in here. It's this scene followed by basically the same scene again.
Yep.
That match cut made no sense to me. It's like, okay, it's going up and it's going to go down, but instead of just going into that like darker space, it just did it again. Which just kind of threw off the momentum of the whole thing. But that spot and also just the font was just not necessary. I feel bad for making the loops in a certain sense because guys, it just looks silly to put a word at the end of the video sometimes. I look back at the loops now and I often try to envision, I'm like somebody somewhere at a studio. I imagine like every Monday is when I would post them. And so I just imagine somebody and like two of their coworkers or something standing by the water cooler watching the video and just like joking, trying to guess what word it's going to be at the end, because oftentimes it made no goddamn sense whatsoever in terms of what the word was going to be, especially once I got into the latter half of the year. I don't know. Sometimes it just like throws it off, you know, like it felt like this very epic thing and whatever. And so then having like just illusion in this weird font just feels kind of cheesy, you know? I don't know. Despite I'm the problem here. Sorry.
The problem, it's me, would you say?
Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. And I'm trying to help everybody else not make that problem. Anyway.
Don't do what he did, guys.
Do what I say, not what I do.
There you go. I like how he says has the original present. The first bit I think is very cool until we have the full white wipe, and then it immediately comes back from the full white wipe, and I'm like, it felt like,
wait, there was gonna be something.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like it was gonna be like overexposed and kind of like lower the exposure and like show this pretty scene or something. It feels like it was going into something, and then it just kind of awkwardly continued. The music swelled even harder later on.
Yeah.
But the animation did not match that uptick in excitement. So it fell flat. The first bit, right up until
the white wipe.
Oh, I guess I'm looking at that. Right up until there is very fun. I quite like it. The rest of it feels like it falls flat. You could just end it there, honestly. Feels like it's kind of trying to do too much without the proper thought going into it. That's my take. That's my take on it.
Same. Boom roasted.
Boom roasted.
You want to do? You know what?
I'd love
Actually,
to do one or two more.
We can do one or two more, but there's a question in the chat. It says, any tips on managing an animator? I'm thinking about getting some help. Also project-based, not full-time. You've probably got a better spiel on this one because I feel like you were more working with our freelancers when we had them.
Yeah. I mean, you also manage animators.
That's true, yes. But like they're saying like just project to project base. you know?
I see.
So it would be more like
Make-
we've definitely had our fair share of pitfalls when bringing on
Yeah.
freelancers, is what I'm getting at here.
Make sure you squash those maybe potential miscommunications and expectation as soon as possible. Everybody knows exactly what they're getting paid, what they're doing. Ask them for estimates. Make them feel like part of the project. You know what I mean? Not just like hired help. Make sure that they have some semblance of investment in the actual project, if you can. Kind of invite them to share that with you, because it is like a business sort of transaction. But if you can, you're working together on something creative, so be friendly, be kind, make them your homie. That always helps. But I mean, there's a lot there. It also kind of depends on who the person is and what kind of project you're working on,
Right.
what the whole situation is. But treat them how have empathy. Try and see what it's like from their shoes. As a freelancer, I assume they're a freelancer. And just try and be equitable, I suppose.
Be a person. Talk to them. Be honest when things are getting uncomfortable on your end.
As soon as possible, yeah.
Yep.
Don't let that shit build up.
Because
Like, if their work's not cutting it, you need to talk to them about it.
Yep.
And be gracious in that conversation.
Because we had way too many experiences where we were not getting the quality that we needed on a project, and then had to scramble and try to go find somebody else to fix it because we gave them too many chances. If it's not working out, don't be afraid to cut that off, and then just find somebody else to do the project with you. It will certainly suck in that moment, but you will definitely thank yourself later, rather than trying to make something work if it's just not. That's it for me.
Exactly.
Here's two more things. Oh, how many chances are too many? Kind of depends on the situation. I don't know. Yeah, 3's too many. I think if you give somebody one more chance, that's probably fine. But the third time is.
It depends on like how much they mess up. Like the first time, it's like, this isn't really what I was talking about. And the second time, they like mostly get it, and like one thing's a little off, then like whatever, permissible. But if they do the same shit again, you're like, okay.
Sometimes it's just like a gut feeling, like you know that it's not going to work out, even if you gave them another chance or something. Sometimes there's just something rock solid that you just cannot shake, and you got to follow that.
Yeah.
Trust your gut when it comes to where you're spending your money, and who you're working with.
Do we have more questions? Let's do one more crit, and then we'll get to those questions.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Here's our one other crit. Sorry, we'll get to that other one tomorrow. This is another show reel. It's only 27 seconds. Will there be a mouse hover? I don't know.
That is the big cue.
I don't know.
Let's go.
What in the world?
Well, it's certainly keeping my attention. That's too long. Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
where to begin here?
That's fun.
Well, there's certainly a lot of cuts going on. The pacing is matching the song. That's good. However, there are some cuts that are just straight up not lined up. In that there are like a couple frames of black before it actually gets to the next shot. So random like flashes that don't feel intentional are not great. There's also, I mean, the reel's only 27 seconds, but the first 3 of them are just used by this 3, 2, 1 countdown thing, and this match cut that does not work. Momentum is completely lost here, and I have no idea what is going to happen at this point. And then all of a sudden, you get what happened there?
And then it immediately goes away to white.
But then comes back, and there's a duplicate, and then
like I think a lot of the work is kind of confusing.
The work's just not there.
Yeah.
Straight up. Meaning it's just not at a high level. Like, what are those black flashes? I don't understand. They just kind of like randomly appeared. It makes it feel like there's a problem with the video or something. Like,
I'm gonna say
these
this
feel so much smoother by comparison. Like, this is good easing and whatever, but then you get into like most of the work after that, the easing is just not good at all.
completely changes.
I do not understand how that's the case. It feels very inconsistent.
So I see your motion blur and I don't like it. Sorry.
Oh, that Monopoly man running
He's
is
blurred.
He is
He's blurred as hell.
blurry, and he is just going. You know, that's
Me
I'm
when
just
Monopoly.
me when I am Monopoly.
Me when I am Monopoly.
That's me. Me being Monopoly right now.
Oh my god, look at him go.
He's.
He's so Monopoly.
You'll see that on the stream in a second, I'm sure.
I can't wait.
It's actually way harder to do that movement than you would think. Because by the time you get to the ground, your legs are apart, so you have to like put them back together on the ground and then jump. Anyway, whatever.
I will say I appreciate your fast cuts and short reel.
Yes, I do
It
appreciate
kept me
that.
engaged the whole time. Oh, I do see you jumping. Nice.
Yes. But man, we don't have enough time to go into all the critique of the actual work that's in the reel, but I want to do so. Let's save that for Monday. We'll come back to this one. We'll come back to this one and we'll talk about just why the work doesn't feel like it's there from a design and motion standpoint. But as far as the actual cut of the reel goes and those sorts of things, this is one of the better paced reels that has been submitted to the show.
Cut of your jib.
So
Yes.
just remind me to go over that one again.
Okie dokie.
All right.
I will.
Time to answer some more hashtag Qs.
Here's a cue that we got.
Lay it on me.
Lorenzo's asking how he can start getting hired in motion design studios when he doesn't have experience. And then also, how can you build experience if you can't get hired as a freelancer?
You have to hire yourself, man. You have to find a friend or just someone that can give you fake briefs for projects. And then you make those projects to show that you know how to make projects. And then if you can show that you know how to make good projects, studios will be open to hiring you or working with you as a freelancer. But if you can't show that you know how to do the work that they would need done, then they will not hire you because they are not just going to go. No restaurant is going to go pick someone from their dining room and say, you are going to be the chef now. When they just say, hi, I'd like to be a chef because they like food. You know, that doesn't, you have to know how to cook to be the chef.
Right.
And you have to display that you know how to do that, you know? So,
I mean, you can just go get experience and make good work.
You have to make those experiences for yourself if you're not getting them from anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Client experiences will give you better soft skills and better, understanding of how that process goes. But in terms of just making great work, you can do that without any client. You can just do that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, like, if you're just starting out, you can do the like quickly doubling and tripling your stuff. Like first you work for free and then you work for a small price and then you work for twice that and then you work for 3 times that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
just don't expect to work for the same person and get those rate changes, you know?
Right, because they have their set expectations and stuff. But yeah, I mean, go just make some cool stuff.
Oh wait, we're not critting anymore. I don't need these.
And then use you're right.
Sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to freak everybody out.
Hashtag Daily Motion Show, and maybe we'll wreck it.
And or join review challenges. We've had multiple winners of the review challenges who have completely had their like output or inquiries, number of inquiries change. You know, like I mean,
jump.
What what's his name? I don't know why. Sonny Clark had no Instagram presence, no social media or anything. Was working in-house at, I mean, he might still be working in-house, at a studio in the UK, and suddenly was followed by like a bunch of the top motion designers in the industry.
Yeah.
Just because he joined the review challenge and he submitted something great, you know? Mm-hmm. Find places where you can show that work off. Do it.
Also, like multiple review challenge submissions I've seen in Reels, and they look good in there.
Agreed.
So, join the review challenge.
Do the thing.
That is another little benefit of us doing that in the first place.
And a big part of the reason that we like doing that, it's able to shine a spotlight on people who otherwise might not be super well known, you know?
Or making personal work at all.
Right.
Personal work is so much fun. Especially when you have a fun prompt and a neat old community to work with and prizes, and it's a whole shebang. You know what I mean?
If you want to know about review challenges as they're first announced, the link to the Discord is in the description.
That's right.
John Valgraff says, potentially hard question. Noah, are you ready for a potentially hard question?
I'm ready.
Beep, 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 boop, boop, boop. Here, incoming hard question.
Okay.
What is Ravi missing, if anything, and what do you think you need to know to improve yourself, either personally or professionally?
A two-pronged question. Here's what Ravi is missing. Another editor.
Yes.
More ability to do the output, to do the damn thing. Social media wise. I mean, that's my. Do you want to answer that first part of the question as well? What do you think Ravi is missing?
Well, I mean, there's a couple things. Always more money than we had last year.
Right.
That's what we're missing. Always want more money. Aside from that, and an editor truly doesn't feel like much.
It doesn't feel like much. We're trucking. We're going on ahead. Whatever we're missing, we probably don't know, and we'll figure it out and get it later.
That's usually how it goes. When we figure out that we're missing something, we go pick it up. Usually.
I want to also say better tags people.
Yes.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yes. We do need to get on that.
A bunch of gradient tutorials is what we're missing. We'll get on that too.
But I know that you're asking a bigger, broader question here, so let's answer that. And what do you think you need to know to improve yourself, either personally or professionally? Well, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So that is a potentially hard thing to answer, but truly what Ravi is like in the future, you know, that knowledge of just like where exactly we want to take it. We have a general idea, but we haven't really fleshed out like what a day in the life would look like when we think that we're there, you know? And that's just like a temporary goal. Like, it's not like the end all be all. Like, once we do that, then Ravi is everything that it will be forever. Because that's just not. That would be so boring.
Forever. Yeah.
But truly, I mean, just getting a better understanding of what I want a day in my life at Ravi to look like in like 3 to 5 years or something, which is a really, really hard thing to think about because, hell, it's hard enough to think 3 months out. You know, and that's not just because like projects go up until that point, but so much has changed for Ravi so fast for the past 2 years that it's just kind of like, if you would have asked Noah and I 3 months ago if we would have expected to be here right now, no, it would have been the answer. And if you'd asked us a year ago if we'd expected to be here, we would have been, hell no. What are you talking about? You crazy person. What a freak. Because a year ago, we didn't even have anybody on the team. And I'm pretty sure Noah and I had said like, well, at most we'd probably have like a team of 4. And now we're a team of 7, potentially going to be 8. So
really the most that we ever planned to be was a team of like 10.
10 was like
very most.
The biggest, like within like 5 years we would be at that point, you know?
We're already getting close, and I can absolutely see us being a team of 15 to 20.
I know.
Like, it's just, I don't know. It just changes when you grow the goalposts.
Changes.
Everything changes. That's right. Olgard says Ravi is missing full-time memer position. No, we have that covered. Thank you.
Yeah, don't you worry. We're chilling.
We're absolutely chilling.
We've got it
Got some
handled.
memers on board.
Nick M says, what's the usual workflow to managing or directing a team and keeping the project cohesive and consistent?
That's always a challenge.
Yeah.
But
It's really the same. It's just setting expectations with the team and being very, very clear. Like, especially when giving feedback, I always try and make sure that I'm telling people what I would do in that situation to make some sort of a change. So if I'm telling them, like, this doesn't feel cohesive, I will be like, I would change this and this in order to make it that way. Like, I always try and be as clear as possible so that everybody has as much knowledge as I do about the project and is able to effectively just take my brain and Noah's brain and just plug it in, you know, so that they kind of hear us in their subconscious a little bit as they're working on stuff. But also, unlike a lot of remote teams, which I'm so shocked that I haven't heard more studios doing this, we got a lot of questions about like what the company culture is like here when we were at CoMotion doing reviews. Yeah. We basically have an office online. Like, we are all hanging out in the Discord voice chat all the time. So that, like, and somebody's always screen sharing what they're doing or whatever. Like, everybody knows what everybody else is up to all the time. And that's not like a thing that Noah and I are mandating. That's just how we all like to work together, you know?
It's also helpful when you're all remote to like know that kind of stuff because you can't just go over to someone's desk and ask.
But we actually can, because you can literally just be in there and just be like, hey, this person, how to blah, 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 blah. Ask them a question, like screen share, whatever. Like, it happens that quickly. I don't know why more studios don't do this stuff. It's weird.
Yeah.
You're going to be remote. Be remote.
Gee, dang. Practice.
Falk says, as a hiring manager, present an awesome reel and make sure your title sequence is just as good as the bulk of your reel. Agreed. Also, your title sequence should take like no time at all. Maybe like 2 seconds at most.
Nick really liked the prompt for the challenge. I can't wait to see it, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fully fledged video with a voiceover, cinematic as hell. That sounds swell, man.
Val says, my team doesn't have a full scene, but there's a part that I'll make into a small loop animation for some practice. Okay.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Oh, it doesn't have a full submission. Got it. Well, there's still 48 hours or so. So go for it. John says, what for each of you is the scary part of your process?
Ooh. For me, it's the kind of starting. It's the beginning. It's the kind of exploration. It's both exciting and a little scary.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much that it can be, and you got to manage all the little voices in your head being like, what if it's garbage? And also, but what if it's this? And you're like, I don't have time for that. Or, you know, some things you just can't do because you don't have enough skill and you have to manage your time properly. You don't have unlimited time to work on this thing.
Yeah.
It's just about like kind of managing your own expectations along with everybody else's. And it's a little spooky sometimes, but it's always a good time. And, you know, once you get past it, it's very, very rewarding.
None of it really scares me in terms of the actual feeling of pressure on each part of the process anymore. I don't really feel that all that much. But the beginning scares me because of the almost lack of accountability that you can have really easily if you're not pushing on it, you know? Like, I know that we can, like, a lot of the work ends up happening towards the end of the project whenever you're like really in the trenches on the animation and whatever. But that first bit of the the pre-production is all very loose in terms of timeline generally. I mean, we keep it to like 1 week regimen usually in terms of like storyboarding 1 week and then, or designing, then storyboarding, then whatever. But you get what I'm saying? Like, it's very easy to fall into the trap of like, oh, well, we still have so much time, you know, like we can sort of relax on this a little bit more and whatever. And that's the part that scares me is like the worst feeling for me is having to go into a client call and like having done what I could do or whatever, but then not having enough, like, people didn't know when deadlines were or like exactly what they needed to have or whatever. And like that feeling sucks of going into a call and not having the right amount of design ammo that I thought we were going to have, you know?
I agree.
Thankfully that hasn't happened in a while though. So that's good. But that part always freaks me out.
We are chilling.
Yep.
Now we have time for a tiny little rec from each of us. Do you have something?
Don't you worry, I got Rex. But also, Tutu says, do you still hire freelancers? And generally not, because it's just way more worth it for us to onboard someone who's actually on the Revi team, rather than trying a bunch of new people out.
Mm-hmm.
So not really anymore. Also, some of y'all had way too expensive rates for a really long time. Didn't make any sense. And I know a lot of studios are feeling that right now. So if y'all are having a hard time getting work, it's because a lot of studios are kind of just not feeling the whole freelance vibe anymore.
Yep.
John says, I hope to gain a rep for probing questions in the show. Oh, please do. That would be amazing. We had one stream.
Yeah, those are great.
Either earlier this week or late last week where it was just questions on questions on questions. And Noah and I felt so energized after that because they were all really great.
That was really fun. We love to answer questions. It's such a good dang time.
Easily one of my favorite shows.
We appreciate it.
All right. You want to go first or I can go first?
I'll go first.
All right. Yeah, I'm ready, dude.
So my
Endures.
Oddfellows, super cute. Love the little characters.
You want to full screen it?
Geometric and cute. I would love to full screen it.
Keep Main
You know.
Street alive.
I'll turn it up. a
Remember
little
the Alamo.
There's joy, human
bit.
connection,
Remember the Alamo.
the exchange of ideas, and
Love
goods
their little
made with
hair.
love. That's why we created Fair,
Whee!
a marketplace to connect independent stores and makers and help their businesses grow. Fair
Tapes,
pays makers for their
baby.
goods up front and builds connections with retailers who want to carry them. Fair also empowers local shops, helping them find curated products that are perfect for their shelves. And after 60 days,
Oh, that's
stores
fun.
pay for the items that are selling and return the rest to us. By taking the risk out of buying, we're creating space for the things that matter most. The future is local. Passionate people making and sharing the things they love. It's time we all came together and made the marketplace fair.
This has
Dude,
got
come
really
on,
good
that's
sound
just-
on it, too.
That's just darn cute. That's just heckin' darn cute.
It's a good vibe, dog.
And of course, I'll also say this is still one of my recs. It's so yummy. Yum, 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 yum. Look at those delicious rocks.
Classic
Concrete.
rocks.
Class, class, class. There's my recs.
Yum, yum materials. Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, 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 yum.
I've got two really fast ones. Well, first
Yeah.
one's a minute, but the other one's really fast.
Oh my god, is this understated?
Once upon
A classic.
we were
A
obsessed
classic.
with finding our
Classic.
style. Everyone said, find your thing and get good at it. Okay, but once we found that thing, then what? Standardize, streamline, and... Nope, we are not gonna listen to them. The dinosaurs and the same old shit crew. No, there is a greater quest afoot. The Making Cool Stuff quest. Diving headfirst into the impossible and totally failing, but then not failing. So when they ask, yo, Steak, what's your style? We'll tell them.
God damn. And that's a fucking reel, y'all.
Top
that's a
studio
right there.
reel of all time.
Let's go.
That is
Come
so
on.
good.
They even
Okay.
put a story in. Oh my god.
Now we got one more. It's another classic. It's like 20 seconds.
Hey, shout out to this
Do
one.
your thing. Yeah, do your thing. Yeah, do your thing. Yeah, do your thing. Now do your Just do your thing.
We should have known that they had so many
Classic.
people on their team because it's so easy to see now that each person did one of those parts, you know?
Yeah.
Should have
That's,
known.
like, similar to how they did the Their little profiles on their website. Everybody has like, I don't know, their own illustrated thing.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
Boom.
Shout out to Scholar. Fabulous studio.
And on that note, that's the show.
The show. That's the show. Thanks
Now,
for joining.
you know what is going to happen next. You got to go in. If you want to get your work critiqued, to get boom roasted, there's a link in the description for that. There's also the Discord link down there. If you want to join the Discord, there's like 2,600 plus people in there now. It's a great time. And be sure to use hashtag DailyMotionShow when you post on socials, and we just might wreck it.
Go ahead and put my links in the chat as well there, if you didn't already.
That's it. I'll do that. And we'll see y'all
You?
Monday.
That's right. It's going to be all the way until Monday.
Goodbye.